Hey everyone, welcome to another live stream, live chat, or whatever have you, and I can't see what the heck I look like because I don't have the window up. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing good today on Friday, ready to start your weekends, I hope. I know I am. And again, sorry for the stream on Fridays. It is again off schedule because I have something to do tomorrow. And tomorrow I am going to a grand opening for uh, a reptile shop. It's one of the biggest reptile breeders here in Southern California. So Nathan decided, hey, we should go and cover it. They can help us. We'll give a shout out or whatever if we do it. So maybe, hopefully, it'll work out. Get some more people watching the other channel as well. And yeah, we're going to record some other stuff for this channel that you're watching too. So do is carpool aquatics. I think that's what I'm going to call it. Just going to get silly a little. But anyways, welcome. Thank you for joining me today on a Friday evening. Shout out to Keith Bordeley. Tampa Tom is in the house. VV23. Sorry, I just ate Subway, so it's... Damian Markham. Whoa. I am not going to pronounce that. I'll pronounce your last name. His last name is Peterson, but his first name or whatever it is over the rock. Alright, well, Flynn's in the house. Cichlid Guru NYC, Sphinx LOL, how you guys doing? Patricia's in the house. Nice to see you guys on board. So anyways, I hope your week's going well. Ready for the weekend, guys? I hope so. Let me know what you guys are doing in the weekend in the chat there before we get to going and talk about Normies, because I have a really cool... Well, I don't know if it's a cool story. More of a dejecting story. You know? And you know how elitist I am about my aquariums. But it's kind of funny, and I want to know your opinions on it as well. So, yeah. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Now, let's see here. We got 15 watching. So, yeah. Anyways, we do have a couple of Aqua Evals to check out. They're actually from JJ, and he actually set up two other tanks, so he would like us to take a look at it and see what's going on. What do you guys have in suggestions? Welcome to the stream, Ryan. He hates Normies. I think he understands what I'm talking about. Well, you can't hate Normies. It's just they don't know what we know, kind of thing, you know. Susan, welcome to the house. Philly Man Pete, good to see you. Swag Skywalker, there you go. Nerd Boy Aquatics, gotta love that username. I just bought some Crypt Retrospiralis. Any advice on keeping them successfully? Crypt Retrospiralis? As far as I understand it, just keep them as you would any other plants. Crypts are usually pretty easy to keep. Just give them light, give them nutrients, if you have CO2, give them CO2, and you'll be good. Thank you for that question, Swag Skywalker. Sphinx LOL. Now that's an interesting technique to that one. Sphinx LOL, in his last live stream, he was talking about how he was having a problem growing his HC. His HC was growing, what is it, horizontally? No, vertically. It has been growing vertically instead of horizontally. It was growing much less. So, okay, so your problem was it was growing horizontally instead of vertically? Or going vertically instead of horizontally? You wanted to grow vertically. If it's a carpet, you wanted to grow vertically. Horizontally, not much desire. Because you got, one, you have to trim a lot. Second, it doesn't fill in the substrate of your tank. If it's growing horizontally, obviously it's going to look stringy and very ugly. So you want to grow vertically. And I think, didn't we, wasn't that like at the end of the chat when you asked that, and I already logged off, I think. And I wanted to tell you that that usually the cause of it is lighting. Because if you don't have enough light, plants will start to reach for the skies, kind of say, you know. So that's usually one of the problems of plants growing vertically instead of horizontally instead of vertically, is because they just don't have enough light and they're trying to get more light, get to the light more, right? So if you blast it or push it with a lot more lighting, they'll start going vertically. Now that's interesting. You started pushing it down. I'm not sure how you're pushing it down. Maybe putting a rock on it or whatever. But if you start doing that, you're going to start forcing it to grow vertically. So they have no other choice. But I guess that's that's a way to do it. You can also tie it down with netting. A lot of people do that with Java moss. And that's how you grow Java moss carpet. Just tie it down with netting or with thread and stuff like that. The flutins, they do it with. Am I saying that right? Flutins or whatever. Flutins are really cool. But carpet of flutins are really cool. It's a type of moss. You guys look it up. It looks pretty gorgeous if you do it. If you tie it around a rock, it actually makes a really nice little bushy ball. Yes, I am going to do plant profile series, but I need to set up grow out tanks. I actually do want to do it because I want more details and I want actual footage, my own footage of how plants do grow in certain ways and stuff like that. So yes, that is in the works, VB23, and I really want to do that. But I want as much research as I get behind it so I can give you guys all the information, as much information that I learned to grow that type of plant. I mean, the first one is going to be Amazons, I'm pretty sure, because I just love the Amazon swords. Problem is they grow a little slow, but I kind of know how to grow them pretty quick. But that's pushing it. Pushing them to grow faster. But it's easy to do. It just, even growing fast, Amazon sword, it still grows slow. But once I set up, grow out tanks, a couple of grow out tanks, I think 40 ground breeders I'm thinking about. Then I start filming it, start, planting it the right way, and then, and just filming the growth and stuff. Hate is the best thing. Keep you going, that and fish. Well, hate, I don't know, I'm not sure the hate's coming from. Normies isn't just about hate. Normies is just about being normal people who are looking at fish tanks and saying, "Ooh, look, pretty fish," without really understanding that just because it's pretty is not always a good thing, or it doesn't fit the tank, or what have you. But a lot more people coming in. Shout out to 54 Punchy, Lusky's Tanks. Hold on, I'm saying that right. Tari Williams, welcome aboard. Glad to see you aboard. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. If you're new here, welcome. Al Coco! What's up, bro? Al Coco is one of my local viewers here in SoCal. We got to get together still to do something. No. Candy Overhauls, welcome, Candy. Good to see you. Congo, my man, how you doing? Oh, I forgot to call 54 Punchy Kiddo. Hey, Kiddo. A little joke there. Skew Inhow? Skinow? SK Inhow? Skinow 626. Skinow 626. Go with that one. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Okay, so what is this normie when normie kills tank club? Okay, normie is basically that's what we nerds, or I guess Star Trek nerds, because I'm a Trekkie. I also love Star Wars too, so a Star Wars nerd too. So they're both kind of hand in hand. Just before we start any wars in the chat of which is better and stuff, I love both of them. So you can't argue with which is better with me, because I love both movies and stuff, and I love Battlestar Galactica as well. I just don't like Babylon 5, so sorry guys. Browncoats, yes. I also like Firefly too. Well, anyways, going beyond the point, we call them normies, people who aren't into the Trekkie stuff. So normies in this case is people who aren't Aquarius, who doesn't understand Aquarius. They are the people that walk up to a fish and say, "Oh, pretty fish," or "Oh, I want to keep this. I want to get a fish tank because this fish looks pretty." Takes it home and realize in a year it grows to be 3 feet in a 10-gallon tank. It doesn't suddenly work for them. So that's a normie. And this is my story. And you guys know, if you follow my channel, I set up a tank, office tank, at my office, 75-gallon tank. It was originally going to be Discus. My office goddess, she's like the chief of staff. When we're saying, when we got the tank, we're like, oh, we want to make it into this. And I was talking to her about it, kind of planned it out. Said, let's put tons of neons or cardinals in it. Decided to go with some Rasboras for some reds, and just let it go and put discus in it because she saw the discus and she was like, oh, I want discus tank. Can we do that? I'm like, yeah, we can do that. So a couple things happened. I set up the tank, which you guys already know. You guys seen the video on it. If you haven't, you guys can go check it out. You have to search for it, or one of my mods might be able to link to it. And I set it up. Really cool. I mean, soil substrate, plant tank. I needed more money. I'm still waiting on some plants. Because here's the problem right now I'm having with it, or I had in previous. Water is really hard. That's a drawback especially for a disc tank. The water is really hard. Second, that one strip of Phoenix Stingray, even for growing low light plants, the depth on the 75 is too high. Right? So the Amazon swords on the right side of the tank isn't getting much light, so it's not doing all that great. It's going really, I mean, literally slow. The Wisteria and the Abogadons going really well because they're right next to the door. And on the door, there's like, one of those little window thingies, and the sunlight gets to it. So it hits that side of the tank, which is nice. The Wisteria and the Apagatus is growing like tremendously great. All right, so that was one of the other problems I think. So I need to go ahead and I think I'm going to put a floodlight in to balance out the lighting on that tank on the right side. Second, where the tank is in the back office. There's two offices where I work. In the back office, and it was right next to that door, like I said. Unfortunately, we were moving in, we had some stuff moved in, and we had a shelf, and we were temporarily storing the shelf right next to the door so we can open the door. So the only way to make water changes was go all the way around the building, lug the buckets around the building, and that would take forever, especially for a 75-gallon water change. So I kind of let the water changes go for about a month or whatever, and finally we moved the thing from the door. But at that point, they came up and said, hey, should we hire someone to clean the tank? Because honestly, I am busy. And when I'm at work, I just want to get the hell out of there when it's, time to go home, right? Because I got to go home and do videos for you guys and take care of my own tanks. So it's kind of like up and down. The tank looks great after I clean it up and do a water change. That's no problem. But again, time. So, okay, we hired one of the guys that was maintaining the tank next door, okay? All right, so he does maintenance. That's his job. Okay, that's what he does. He has clients. He goes and does tanks or whatever. Had a conversation with him, and so I told him he has a YouTube channel and stuff, and he was trying to brag to me that he did some tanks that are in the movies, but whatever. This is LA. I could tell you 5, 6 different people who maintain tanks, build tanks, and had them in movies too. I wasn't impressed. So then, really weirdly, I think he does a lot of saltwater tanks, right? And none of them, I don't think, I'm just assuming here because it's just the way I talk to him, the way the conversations I'm gleaning from, is that he sets up tanks, like artificial show tanks. How's that? Does that make sense? Client wants a fish tank but doesn't want to take care of it. They just wanted something to look pretty. So they set up a tank, maybe a reef tank with faux corals in it. Set up a tank with a freshwater tank with plastic tanks. Because here's the thing: he's like, well, I'm gonna do water changes. I'm gonna do RO water. I'm gonna bring bottle. That's perfect because if we're gonna make it in a distance tank, they'll soften the water. Just using RO water. And I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna use to remineralize the water? He goes, oh, you don't need to remineralize RO water. First, light red flag. Okay, I'm like, what do you mean you don't need to remineralize? You got to do it at least for my plants. You're going to kill my plants. I'm like, you know what? Forget it. Just let me know when you guys do water changes so I can at least for the water come. All right. I think the second thing was he's kept insisting putting chemical filtration in my filter. I basically said, no, don't do that. Right. But of course, I was arguing against someone who does it for a living versus... I don't know, someone who's actually knows the shit, all right? So, they kind of outweigh. I'm like, whatever, just do whatever. So he put ChemiPure in the filter, which is no big deal. Again, I just have to watch the plants more and dose to whatever's missing. Because the plants aren't doing so well, as I mentioned, the lighting. All right, so he comes and does a water change. I think it was a Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. And then he came like towards the when everyone's going home. So I already left. Okay, and my chief of staff was there, just because she was working a little later than usual, and then the next day or Monday Monday she came in and told me, hey, yeah, the fish maintenance guy was talking to what one of the I guess VP of operations. I don't know exactly, VP op or whatever. He's operations, so he's one of the head guys operations. He's like, yeah, he was showing him these things called glowfish because I remember you don't want glowfish in the tank. I'm like, no, I don't want glowfish in the tank. That's bullshit. I'm like, what is he, fucking 12 years old? Right? Remember, I'm elitist about all this stuff. So, it's kind of pissing me off. So he's like, he shows him, he goes, yeah, I want colorful fish like that. So she told me, like, yeah, I think he's going to put glowfish in. I go, no. And she's like, will they still work with discus? And I'm like, depends on the glowfish that he gets, right? Because she's like, well, we're going to put discus. She told me that she told him that we want to put discus in there. And the guy said, well, discus are expensive. Well, no shit, Sherlock. We already knew that. But we planned it to be discus tank. And the other thing is that he was suggesting glowfish. I'm like, okay, glowfish is expensive on its sell. You buy 4 glowfish, I can get a fucking discus. Oh, sorry, excuse my language. Sorry, I get a little heated about this. So anyways, that's where it's kind of at right now. So my chief of staff's like, okay, like choose out, discus, and let's just get them out. Just get it approved by the boss, and we'll get them and we'll put them in the tank, and hopefully they'll be good. I'm like, all right, that sounds fine. So I basically gave her a link to Uncle Sam discus. I'm like, look, you can pick it from here. Pick the 2 to 3 inches. We can make, get them as babies and watch them grow, because that's kind of the original plan. We want to get babies and watch them grow. So it's kind of like fighting that kind of thing where you have to fight against the normies, where they're like, oh, cool fish, I want to get it, versus like, why would you want to put abominations in a tank when you're trying to make everything look absolutely gorgeous by the natural look, the natural state of things. Again, I guess it's everyone's taste, and I don't know how much I could fight against this, since he is like, I don't know, he's kind of like the boss's freaking husband kind of thing. So, I mean, I don't know. It depends. I don't know if it was just a conversation or what have you. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, you know what? I don't give a shit about the tank. Do what you want with the tank, right? The only reason why I still care about the tank is because of my chief of staff. Because I really like her. She's awesome, and she really wants a discus tank. So, anyways, I'm just trying to avoid the names and stuff like that. It's live stream. I don't know where it's going to go. Stuff like that. But anyways, that's my story about dealing with normies. Unfortunately, it gets frustrating sometimes, especially when they come up to you and say, well, I saw the fish I really want. I want to set it up. I know you're into tanks. Can you give me advice? I'm like, sure. I go, what is the fish? They tell me it's an arowana or something. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, so what you want to get is maybe 120. I mean, how big are you going to buy it? And it's like, well, I'll buy it a little. I'm like, okay, in about 2-3 years, you're going to need a tank around maybe 75 gallons, maybe a little more bigger the better. And just, be prepared for that. And then they freak out. They're like, I'm not going to get such big. I'm like, well, what are you thinking? They're like, well, they're so little. I was thinking getting like a 10-gallon tank. I'm like, okay, just don't. Right? Just don't. Look on it. Go on your computer and just look at arowanas on Google, okay? You don't need to keep fish. Stuff like that, things that you have to fight against when people want something. I'm like, dude, all right, you're not going to be able to keep that type of fish in a 10-gallon tank. You got to understand how it all works, kind of thing. Because, they go to a fish store and they see them, they're a little tiny and stuff like that. And then, it's that whole thing. Even with reptiles, I think it was, had a cold conversation with Nathan about Burmese pythons. Because 20 years ago, all my friends had it and stuff like that. And then now everyone's going with ball pythons. And I asked him why. And he's like, well, ball pythons are smaller. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Because we have a problem in Florida where people are throwing their Burmese pythons in the damn swamp. And they're eating up all the alligators now. So, this is one of those things. It's damn normies, man. Damn normies. If I could get a hashtag damn normies, you'll make me very happy. But anyways, that's my story about normies. I hope you enjoyed it. I did, and it's nothing bad against normies or anything like that. They just don't know. And it's just frustrating fighting against it, anyways. But going back to oh, you know what? I am having a hard time looking at these words. See, this is the problem about getting old. Make the browser a little bigger here. Whoa! Alright. I'm not that blind. Stupid thing. Okay, let's see. Boo! Sphinx LOL. You are replying about the HC. Oop. So he says, HC grows tiny roots off of its main leaves, it seems. When it's vertical, the roots become suspended. It can't reach substrate by pushing the layer down the roots. Are you sure it's AC you're growing and not like Monte Carlo or baby tears? Like normal baby tears? Because normally AC doesn't grow roots like that. I understand what you're talking about because I see it all the time with baby tears, right? And pearlweed. I hate that. But I've never seen it with my AC, but then when I grew AC, I had a really good setup. So maybe it's just the setup too. If that does happen, yeah, pushing it down will just force the root to grow into the substrate. Let's see, anything else going on in chat? Congo is still saying he's thinking of the 75-65 tank idea. Go again. Explain what that idea is. Yeah, I would like to know. You gotta remind me what that idea is that you're talking about. Tari Williams. That's right. You were. That's alright. I'm sorry. I don't remember stuff. I'm too old. But welcome back. How's that? Tari. Welcome back. I hope I'm saying that right. Your duckweed is turning white. Breakthrough. His duckweed's turning white. Why is your duckweed turning white? Your duckweed floats. It's right next to the light. It shouldn't be turning white. I don't know what to say to that. Check your nutrients. Make sure that you have enough nutrients in the water column. They need nutrients. They like nutrients. They suck up nutrients. Mike Perez was wanting to do flagfish versus discus. What do you mean? You mean a video on it or something? Alright, duckweed dying is very hard to do. I don't know how you are achieving that. That's an actual achievement, killing duckweed. It does sound like Susan said it needs more nitrates. It could be that. If you're doing a lot of water changes, maybe you're just pulling out the nitrates before they could use it. Yeah, I mean, you need a blowtorch to kill duckweed, man. I'm serious. I don't know how you're doing it. If you find the secret, let us know. That'd be a great video to make. I'll get so many hits off that. How to kill duckweed easily, other than using a flamethrower and napalm. Dormscape, welcome to the chat. Good to see you on board. Oh, it sounds like Terry. Okay, Terry. I don't know why I did Tari. Terry. Is light bleaching bad for duckweed? It could be, but I mean, are you? Well, what do you bleach? What do you light bleaching in your tank in the first place? You shouldn't be like bleaching directly in your tank unless you're taking the duckweed out to bleach them. Not sure why you're doing that either. Oh, nice. You guys are all talking. I like this. I like an active chat. BSA Aquascaper, welcome to the chat. Good to see you this week. Yeah, Damian Bloodstone actually agrees. Never seen duckweed bleach out. Even the highest light. It has to be nitrates. Again, I think everyone's agreeing it has to be nitrates. I mean, you must be keeping a really clean tank. That's a good thing too, but not really good for duckweed. So why would you want duckweed anyways? I took it all out of the office tank. I could not stand it. I just, one day I just sat there and said, you know, I'm staying late and getting rid of all this duckweed because I kept like taking a bunch of it out and leaving maybe 5 or 6 leaves. And then a week later, it's covering the light. I'm like, what is this? This is horrible. I didn't just get duckweed. I got like zombie duckweed. I think there's a zombie like variety. Oh, your tank is currently cycling? Oh, it could be why you don't have any nitrates in it. Phillyman Pete, are you buying a bearded dragon? Yes, sometime in the future. Bearded dragon, I might wait along it and get a leopard gecko first, because I could get the leopard gecko for free. But the bearded dragon, no, I saw my friend. A typical regular bearded dragon, a baby one, will cost me around. What did he say? He said $50, $30, $50. But I was over at a show and I saw some really nice varieties of bearded dragon. There's this really red one I loved, and I'm like, oh, I want that. So I think I'm gonna wait on bearded dragon to kind of just save up for that. But I have so much to save up for and deal with first in the fish tank, hobby. So maybe I will just get a normal bearded dragon. So we'll see. Okay. Nice. Okay, no other questions. Yeah. Nick Shades, here we go. He's got a damn Normie story here. I've got to post this. This is definitely. He says his favorite damn normies are the folks who put bettas in a shot glass and say, well, in Thailand, these fish live in puddles, so I'm going to give them a great life. Right? It's the noise that we have to fight through, guys. We got to do it. One fish at a time until we save them all. Or until everyone kills them, right? Yeah, if they flower. I don't know if they ever flower for me. They just grow and multiply like stupid tribbles. Alright. Now, it is time for, you guys guessed it? Aqua evaluations. Let's go to the Aqua evaluation screen. See what we have here. Alright, we have the first tank from JJ himself. And JJ's local here. Kind of sort of almost met him at the last meet I was at, but it was all busy and stuff, so he never got to say hi. But okay, this is what he's got on this 1.5 gallon tank, 8.5 inch Night Crew Planet Light. Ooh, I don't know if that's the cheap version or the better version. If it's the cheap version, probably won't grow much. A black diamond blasting sand with CCAM root tabs, nice. So he's got that all set up for, I guess, the carpeting he's got up front, or he's trying to go up front. No CO2, which is fine. Nothing in that tank really warrants the need to drive growth. I mean, if he wants to drive growth, yeah, add CO2, but nothing that really needs that kind of demanding nutrient. Small dose of Thrive all in one. Okay. Small mini sponge filter. That's a small mini sponge filter. That's a big sponge. Well, this is a small tank too. It's a 1.5 gallon. Wow, that is a small tank. I am wondering what he's going to put in it. Maybe a betta? I don't know. He says this one could use some help on what or if I should add anything in the back. There isn't much room, but I'm not sure if I add plants in the back or if it will affect the nano look. Now, it won't affect the nano look. What I suggest, if you want to plant something in the back, which I think right now with the way you have it set up actually looks good. I don't know if I would put anything in the back because you got that whole tree look, so that's your focus. So you're right, actually zoning in on that tree, and that's what I think looks good. If you wanted to really give a more natural nano look, switch out that driftwood on the bottom though. You need smaller driftwood because again, you're trying to get that nano look. You got the Monte Carlo growing, which again, a 1.5 gallon, those are really big leaves. But honestly, that's probably the only option you have for growing a carpet right now, with that lighting you have. Okay, now in the front, I'm not quite sure. What is that, hydro? You got some AR there, it looks like. Which works, but they're gonna grow tall sooner or later. So I might shuffle the. Well, shoot, see, your filter's in the way in the back there. So I don't know. I might just take those out and just try to carpet the whole thing with Monte Carlo. Switch out the driftwood and get a smaller piece so that tree that you're trying to do, which looks really cool. It's going to look really good when it's all grown in. have that tree as the main focus. Right now, the focus is the tree, and then you have this big log down there. I would switch it for a smaller log. Go ahead and leave the back blank, okay? Just leave it blank because, again, focus is that tree. And I'd go with that. That's my suggestion there. Let's see a couple other pictures here. I don't know why it went over there. Nope. That looks like it's almost the same picture, just close up. Right, and this is the driftwood that he used. Which again, too big. I'd suggest just going, getting a new piece of driftwood, something smaller. That is quite big. So yeah, you see that? The focus should be this tree, and this is kind of huge. Get something smaller, right? Something smaller would make it fit and look really nice, and little nano. I don't know what you're gonna put in it. Probably I don't know, betta or maybe a little white cloud minnows, maybe something small, some kind of nano fish would definitely look good. So you guys, what do you guys think? Leave comments down in the comment so that he could. He's not in the chat right now. He has work, but he will come back later to see any of your comments and stuff. So let us know what you think about the tank, what he should do, what your suggestions are, and help out a bro. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the chat, Alex. Secret History, living in your aquarium in the house. Unfortunately, I hate saying his name because it's so damn long, dude. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and check out his other tank that he was talking about. Let me go ahead and set this up. Blue, 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 blue. This one's a little cute. This one's actually a little bigger than this 1.5 that you're seeing here. This one is a 2.7 gallon. And let me pop this up. There we go. I actually love this. Okay, when that dwarf hair grass grows in, it's actually really good. Here's my suggestion for this tank here. For this kind of tank, simplicity. It's all about simplicity now. Let's look at just being simple. All right, just leave it simple. The rocks and dwarf hair grass. I think that's all you need. Simplicity. Because sometimes simplicity is what it's all about. Okay? Get that carpet in, trim it down a bit, and you'll have a really, really nice looking scape. And then you just let the rocks jet out like that. And I don't know what you put in there. A couple of neons, a couple of little bit white cloud minnows, something nano again. Or if it's a shrimp tank, it'll look like a really nice shrimp tank. But I like it the way it is here. I don't think I have any suggestion of putting any more plants in there. In this case, simplicity is the best way to go. Let's see if I can. What can I navigate in this here? All right, there you go. So there you go. What he says here, I'm worried about how much the Suru would affect the KH in the tank if I plan to put shrimp in it, but I'm still planting more hair grass in, but wondering what else I can add that won't take away the nano look. Not sure if I should paint the back of the glass black or frosted white. Depends on the shrimp that you're getting. Alright, until we know what kind of shrimp you're planning to get, white or black, it really depends. Black always works well, but again, depends on the color of the shrimp. Sometimes white will make the shrimp stand out more. Here's the thing about Cereal Rock. Everyone keeps saying it changes and affects its pH. I have never seen it happen. I have Cereal Rocks in my Uigumi tank, and it doesn't change it. Now, I think that's dependent on where your Cereal Rocks come from. Because there are rocks being harvested in China where they're calling it Cereal Rocks, and that's the type of rocks that are changing the pH in your tank. If you get true Cereal Rocks that you get from Japan, which I think is illegal now, then it won't change the pH in your tank. That's what I heard. I haven't done enough research in that because I just heard about it. I'm like, oh, well, I never had a problem with the rocks I had. But again, if it's rocks that you're getting from originating from China, then that might be what would change your pH. That's what people are saying. Again, I don't know. I haven't done much research on it. It's just what other people are saying, and you know how I am with trusting exactly what people are saying all the time. don't trust them. I don't trust them. I only have certain sources that I talk to that I do trust. Susan looks like she's going away. Take care, Susan. Thank you for joining us. Love you. See, any other questions? Pablo Romero, welcome to the chat. Good to see you aboard. Yeah, Celestial Pearl Daniels would really look at in those nano tanks. I agree. Welcome to the chat, Captain Savage Aquatics. Good to see you. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm really glad you like the idea of the Aqua Evals. By the way, guys, if you want your tank evowed, go to the Facebook group, join up there. Just wait for me to post, a post about posting your pictures and your tank stats. And I'll say, hey, I'm about to do a live stream, or I will be doing a live stream in a few days. Post your, your tank pictures of your tank so we could evaluate it, and then, post the stats to the tank. And don't be afraid. I'm not gonna bite. I'm not gonna be mean, unless it's really, really like if you're doing something really bad, then yeah, I might say something. But I usually won't, right? And I don't want to see, and everyone here is pretty nice too. So if you want something evaluated, that'll be awesome. I like more, more evaluations that we could go through and take a look and see what everyone's doing, get a little feedback, get a little ideas out to other people. So yeah. Neons would love that tank. I'm not sure which tank you're talking about, but Neons would love any tank. A single cherry shrimp. Cute. I think he's still talking about the tank that you have there, JJ. Yeah, but it looks like Alex is posting more suggestions about your tank there, JJ, if you're, when you're coming back and watching it. So make sure you're watching the chat. Congo, that's what I heard. Again, that's what I heard. I haven't actually looked into it. Collecting Suru rocks in Japan, I heard was illegal now. But I'm not entirely sure if that's true now. Or I'm not entirely sure if I heard the right thing either. So, but you got to understand, Suru rocks is like the big thing now. Everyone wants it for the aquascape. So, kind of figure everyone's going out and harvesting rocks from an island that they live on. And making everything, I don't know, collapse in the sea or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's that much. But yeah. I keep the tree and rid of the woods in front and put carpet plants. Okay, that's what... Yeah, Patricia's suggesting you just take away that driftwood on that other tank there. That's good fun, too. I don't know, I like the little driftwood to make it look like it's part of maybe a fallen tree, or little driftwood make it look like it's part of the root system of that tree. That would look pretty cool. What software? This is OBS. Look, oh, it's free, Alex. Go get OBS. If you have your computer set up, use OBS. OBS allows you to do all these things: graphics, tie in the chat, change, questions, and if you guys are wondering what he's saying, I have this hooked up to a notepad text document, and every time I change it, it saves it. It updates the screen there with it. 54 Punchy is not nice. Yes, you are mean. You are a mean old man who's a kid at heart. Mean old kiddo. Yeah, submit your tanks for evals. Have fun. Hey Tina, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Thank you. Well, I'm not really editing anything. I just have the stuff up. Congo says probably being unlicensed dealer or something might be illegal. It could be. Again, I just heard about it. No offhand remarks and stuff. Didn't actually look into it. Hey Nick, how you doing? Also, green neon Tetris is way more dynamic than blue, but it looks blue straight on, and then purple or green on other angles. It's okay. I find green neon Tetris boring myself. I don't know. Maybe I just like the classic, you know. Breakthrough. Why is your test kit inaccurate? I don't know. It could be bad. It could be expired. Breakthrough is saying that why is I don't know how do you know that your test kit is inaccurate? First of all, that's the bigger question. It could be inaccurate because you know it's overstated shelf life. Because if it's gone too long, it could go bad. Depending on the test kit you're using, I don't know exactly what test kit you're using, or you could be just using it wrong. Nice. Hey, I'm keeping up with chat today, but it's Friday night. We probably don't have that many people in chat. Oh, it's 25. It's normal. I get more people in my chat. I gotta make it more interesting. Oh, 31 actually. There. Why did it suddenly turn to 31? If there's 31 people watching this, give me a hashtag hey. Just for the hell of it. I want to see who's lurking here. Oh, Konga, you're still deciding killifish or discus. Well, you already know my answer. Discus is, you know, my thing there. Killifish, they're alright. Never been really all in that into killifish. I've never been all too much about. I have my favorites. That's the thing, and everything else is like, as long as it makes my aquascape look good, it looks just fine to me. But when it comes to like fish, you know, gotta have my cories. I gotta have my discus. I have my Congo Tetris. Gotta have my Tetris. I love Tetris. Not so hip on the barbs. Barbs, so. But yeah, I don't know. Barbs, they just I find them boring. They're so frantic. You know, I used to have barbs. Okay, let's see here. I am lurking. Hey Q, Susie Q, how you doing? I knew I could have lured you out here a little bit. Thank you for the haze, guys. Kathy B, Water Wizard. See? Wow, you guys do lurk. I thought it was just something wrong with the counter. I'm like, there can't be 32 people because they're not talking. Joey's lurking. Well, guys, you lurkers there, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for watching the chat. Glad to have you guys on board and listening in, even though I'm just babbling along. Alex from Secret History, living in your aquarium. You really need to change the damn channel name, seriously. I was going to do reviews of folks stocking choices of the tank functionality, but now I feel I must as you, since you're making this look real slick. Mine won't. Haha. Wait, what do you mean? Do the reviews of folks stocking choices. Oh, yeah, why not? Do it. Just do it, dude. Just do it. What state? Waterbox state? I am in California, if that's what you're asking. You seem ahead of most of the lag. It could be. I mean, it really depends on your connection. I had people across the world that were getting stuff faster than people were like, you know, in the same local area. Why do you have cloudy water in my sponge filter? My test strip says I'm on track. Why do you have cloudy water in your sponge filters? Because it's a sponge filter. Your sponge filters get dirty. Okay, I need more. I need a more extensive question there. My test strip says I'm on track. You're on track where? Re-question. You know, reword your question. I'm not sure exactly sure what you're asking. GBR is species only correct. Let's talk to GBR. Genovasi is a gang name. That sounds pretty, yeah, sounds pretty gangster. Yeah, Mafia. There you go, Tina. Mafia. Sounds more Mafia. Hey, Roger Denham. Welcome to the chat. Glad that you could join us today. So, anybody else starting anything new or starting a new tank? I was talking to the guy's at work. He's a newer guy. He was an intern, and now he's kind of like, I guess, a permanent worker there. And he wanted to know what how to do YouTube videos, how I'm doing videos and stuff. So he's coming along tomorrow with me and Nathan to shoot our videos. You know, the videos I'm doing right here and the videos I'm doing to Reptile Channel. And he doesn't know anything about fish. He knows about fishing. He wants to go fishing. I'm like, yeah, we can go fishing one day, I guess. I just finding time to go fishing. But I completely forgot my train of thought. I don't even know why I brought him up. Yeah, if I remember. See, this is the problem about getting old. Yeah. You don't want to copy me and anger the waterbox gods. That's all. Nah, just go, dude. Just do it. Just do it, my man. Everyone's doing the same thing anyway. Everyone does the same thing, you know? Same ideas and stuff. It's okay. Oh, you started a new tank for your turtles. Nice. I don't know. I was looking at turtles too. They look so much fun. And I watch the Turtle Girls channel. And turtles look so much fun. She makes me want to get one too. See, there's just not enough time to keep all these animals. You know, I want to get bearded dragon, leopard gecko, turtles. I'm not sure too much about spiders still. I'm not. Snakes are... I mean, you know, everyone's like, get a ball python. It's easy. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just not too into snakes. I like them. They look cool. You know, a snake is a snake. It's cool, but the interest of keeping one isn't all that. You know, isn't all there for me. You know? Well, if you want me to critique your tank, take pictures of it, post it over in the Facebook group. Yeah, the Turtle Girl, she's fun. I really like her channel. Poor Alex changed the name. Yeah, just change your channel to Alex's shit. This is my shit. This is Alex's. That's your intro right there. Hey, I'm Alex and this is my shit. I don't care what you say. You can talk shit about your shit. My shit. This is Alex's shit. Welcome to Alex's shit. And then you probably get your channel taken down for too much profanity, probably. Now, I'll probably get my channel taken down for too much profanity. I just did a whole thing about shit. You have a beardy and 2 leopard geckos, Q? Oh, that's so cool. Nice. Got another reptiler. What do you guys call yourself? Reptiler? Exotic animal keepers? But it's not just lizards, you know. We're doing snakes and spiders. He wants the spiders. Definitely axolotls, but that's going to be a crossover, I think, because it kind of fits both channels. So, I mean, we already started posting videos, Q, on that channel. We just went to that Reptile Super Show. I don't know if you saw that yet. Damn! So 54 Punchy got 2 red air sliders. 12 years ago, man? Damn, that's so cool. I love how long turtles live. That's one of the cool things about turtles. 12 years ago, when you got them in the size of quarter, now they're about 18 inches around. Wow. Herpers? Ah, herpers. There you go. Is that what you guys call yourself? You guys running around the desert grabbing lizards and stuff? Q, this is really cool. I don't know if you know about this. Nathan, you know, he's like, hey, in October, it's a week after Aquatic Experience. So I still don't know if I'm going to Aquatic Experience. I really want to make it, but it depends on money and time. I think time I could get. It's the money part that's the problem because New Jersey, it's expensive. But the week after, they're doing this. I don't know what's it called, but it's like a tarantula run or something. It's somewhere close to Yosemite. It's on the way to Yosemite. And what it is people go there and they get spiders. And they're all crawling all over the place, so they go and grab them off the ground or something like that. It's like a grunion run, but with tarantulas or something. So we're going to go hit that up, and we're going to film that. We're going to have some fun filming that, I think. You'll watch me running around, like, trying to get away from spiders. I don't mind. I'm not, like, I don't have arachnophobia. And I don't mind tarantulas because, they're slow and they're cool. I just don't like the ones that jump at you and, scare the crap out of you. Especially those little brown ones that, once they bite you, your freaking flesh rots off. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah. Yeah, so we're going to go on that tarantula run. That's going to be fun. Herpers. Not to be confused with herpers. Exactly. And when he first told me, I'm like, why would you guys call yourselves that? Why? That's too close. That's too close. There's a lot of jokes there for me to use on this channel now. Well, on the aquarium channel. I don't think I want to use that over at the reptile channel. So we'll sit here, us Aquarius, make fun of the reptile guys. Or the exotic pets guys. Even though some of you guys do both. So. A 2018, can't wait. Yeah, I wish I know if I'm going for sure or not. Gotta figure out what to do. Yeah. 31 watching, 21 likes. Hit that like, guys. Yeah, hit that like, guys. I honestly don't really understand what likes do other than tell you if you actually like my video or not. Because that's how I did. But in analytics wise, it really doesn't do anything. It's kind of more of a badge of honor kind of thing. Like I think my dry start method hit 1,000 likes, and then YouTube sent me an email saying, "Hey, congratulations on your first 1,000 likes on your channel on a video," which is kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of like a badge of honor kind of thing. So, but yeah, hit that like button. Let me know you love me, because I love you. Is there an active aquarium Discord? Active? I don't know. I mean, we have a Discord. The Waterbox have a Discord, actually. But I haven't really actively done anything with it. It's just there. What I need to do is put together a Discord team of people that actually use Discord and help me just maintain it. So I don't know, how do I link? What is it? The Discord's called the Waterbox. I don't know if I what is it? How do I? Is there a link? See this? It's annoying. I guess there's a link. The Waterbox. I don't know how to link to it. Anyone know? I want to know how to link to a Discord. Update ready, mentions, help. There's pin. Well, it's got to be a button for sure. I haven't invite people. Oh. There we go. I don't know why they call it invite. Let me just say link to my channel. That's the Discord channel. What is Discord? Discord, you know what? What am I doing? I could just go ahead and show you what Discord is. I am going to show you guys what Discord is. Flip the browser. This is Discord. Discord is basically chat rooms, maybe chat channels, really. Go in here and discuss, talk thing. It's like a, I don't know, like a forum / Facebook feed kind of thing where you go in, you talk about stuff, and people post things. They post chats and stuff, and then you go in different rooms. Like this one's a planet discussions, planet tank discussions. Talk about planet plants in general, planet tank lighting. So it has all these in here. Fertilization, and the people post stuff, and you can read it. That's what Discord is. It's kind of cool, but you know, right now Facebook is kind of my big thing. Now, if we go into this one, this is oh, you'll know who this is. Susie Q with Nick Nimmons Discord, and people talk about stuff all the time in here. Again, it's just a big Facebook feed, but categorized is basically what it is. So people will share their channel, share their latest videos, stuff like that. So yeah, that's Nick. That's the Illuminati's Discord. But yeah, I think in here, I think Suzy Q is probably the only one that gets what Illuminati is. Numinati, not Illuminati. Numinati. Yeah, dislike and likes count the same, so there's still an interaction, but you know, it tells me if they like it. See, the problem with that is when someone dislikes, you don't know what they're disliking, and that's the biggest problem about dislikes. My problem is not that I get them. My problem is why. I would like to know why so I can improve on it. You know, some of it is just people that just hate it. You know, they hate me or whatever, or they don't like the way I look or something like that. Or they don't like the video itself, which is fine, right? Or they don't like something I said in the video, and that's where it gets to where I'm like, well, okay, what don't you like about it? Why? Right? Did I get it wrong? Did I get it right? Is it something you just don't agree with, disagree? You know, I think I would love to know why, so that you know we could start a discussion and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, also has voice channels. You can talk voice, but I have to have mine turned off. Yeah, Niminati. Hey, Car. Car would know. He's a staff at Niminati. Niminati. Yeah, it's like a modern BBS. If you guys know what a BBS is, and I think Damian Bledsoe just showed his age right there. I know what a BBS is because that's how I started out on this whole thing. Was on a BBS, and I became a staff of a BBS, you know, and I was close friends with the sysop of the BBS. I'm throwing out these terms like any of you guys, any of you newbies know what a BBS is. You know, Damien, I guess, knows what a BBS is. Welcome to the chat, Car. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, hey, hey. All right. All right. Any other questions, guys? Been fun so far. I think we've been going for an hour, so might call it because I do have to try to get a video done for you guys for Sunday, which is the wrap up of the lighting series. So I'm gonna wrap that up and then jump into the CO2 series next. So that's the next series of the Planet Tank Ultimate Planet Tank User Guide. I think after all this is done, all four, video series, the Beginner's Planet Tank, and then the Lighting, the CO2, and the Nutrient series, then I'm going to just put all those playlists in a playlist itself and call it the Ultimate Guide to Planet Tanks. And then, of course, within those series, I'm going to just keep adding videos as we go, because there's a lot of lighting videos in there, so I'm going to have to add more. The Senai review, I'm really excited to do. So I gotta get in there and just test that thing out, play with that monitor. That's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, BBS back in the days of dial-up. Yeah, I'll wait for the squeal. It's always meetups every Sunday. We did bowling back then. We had a bowling league and stuff, and that was our meetup. And we had softball games and stuff like that against other BBSs and stuff. Yeah. The biggest thing was, we went to about 126 lines, and that was big back then for LA, for Southern California. So we were one of the biggest ones out there. One of the biggest ones. And that was big for us. We were allowed to have 126 users on at the same time talking. Can you believe that? Talking. Wow. And now, I don't know, we can have millions in a chat? I don't know. We got to test that out. We got to do a live chat where everyone just comes and just talks. We got to do something fun like that. That'll be fun. Yeah, I'll think of something. That'll be cool. A big, live chat event on my channel. I don't know how we can make it fun. Zilgil! Zilgil. Ask the question. What is your question, sir? Your question is... My 160-liter tank, would someone please convert that to gallons for me? Thank you. Test 6.0 pH in a couple days after water change. Is my semi-floaty wood a suspect? What is your pH out of the tap? Test that first. Do you know what your pH is out of the tap? Okay, let me know what your pH is out of the tap. Because it's probably just your tap water. A piece of floaty wood would not, like, drop pH. Assuming that your pH is, like, 7 somewhere out of the tap. Having to drop a whole point like that is not caused by the wood. There's no way. Not by a floaty piece of wood. That's too much of a drop for wood. So what is your test of your tap water of the pH right out of the tap? Not after the water change in your tank, but the tap itself. Can you tell the aquarium story? I told the aquarium story in the beginning about Normies. Something that'll get me triggered. Not much gets me triggered. I mean, unless I go on a specific rant. You keep going, and then sometimes I might get, like, a little excited. A water wizard, can you do an unheated fishes series? Can you explain what you mean by unheated? What do you mean unheated? As in, like, not having heat in your tank? You don't have to have a heater in your tank. Just make sure your tank water is the right temperature all the time, based on how hot your house is. How warm it is or how cool it is. Now remember, if you're pretty sure constantly in your house it's going to be 78 degrees or whatever, and it's going to keep your tank at 78 degrees, then you don't need a heater. You have a heater for fail-safe in order to keep it heated during cool days or cool nights or whatever. Neutral meaning 7. Alright, if it's a neutral meaning 7 coming out of your tap and then it's going down to 6, it is not a piece of driftwood. It can't be a piece of driftwood. How big is your driftwood? That is a huge drop. I don't think it would drop that much for a piece of driftwood. Has to be something else that's causing it. Or either that, you're just getting bad readings from your tank or something. I mean, that's all I don't know. I can't say. I know. I need more information. More information. What else do you have in your tank? Bye, Patricia. Thanks for helping out. See you later. Could be chemicals. I mean, what do you have in your filter, Zilgil? Let us know what you have in your tank, what you have in your filter. All those things could affect pH. So, I mean, even if it's some kind of leaf or some kind of whatever. Yeah, we need more information before we give you like a solid answer there. Because it can't just be a piece of driftwood. I've never seen driftwood drop pH by a point like that. Hey, anyone seen what is it, Crazy Rich Asians yet? That's like the big talk. I want to know how that movie is if you guys watched it. That'd be interesting too. But yeah, what else have you guys done anything interesting? Any movies you guys watched you're like excited about? What's the latest one that was that everyone talking about? There was one, I don't remember what it is. Oh, oops! I did not want to close that window. Excuse me. Ah. Oh, fish that don't need heaters, like below 70 degrees, normal room temperature. Well, my normal room temperature is actually cooler than that, but goldfish. Goldfish likes cold water. Always goldfish, but anything that has tropical fish that says tropical fish It's going to want water warmer than, up there. 74, 76. Discus wants hot, like warm water. 82, 85, 86. They like that. That warm. So, Keith, Board Lee says I had my job from 7.5 to 6.2. From what? What was causing that drop? Passengers. It was okay. I didn't mind it that much. It was an okay movie. I like what's her name a lot, so that's the reason why I watch Passenger mainly. She's fun. She's goofy. I like. I don't know why goofy women. No, I haven't checked into the red algae problem thing. I haven't looked into that. I still find that weird, but it could be a thing. I have to look into it. You have to leave him a message and remind me because I can't remember half the stuff that I need to remember. So, well, that's good. You're lucky. I can't do that. Dormskid says only run one tank with a heater. All the rest run room temperature, say 72, 73, which is cool. I can't do that here. My temperature fluctuates too much, especially in the summer, because it does get hot in LA. So, Terry, I think Patricia left a long time ago. All right, Breakthrough. Well, give your mom the phone, damn it. Wow, fluval stratum is dropping your pH that much? Are you sure? That's crazy, man. I didn't know stratum could drop it that much. I guess it would make sense. That's kind of how they made that substrate so that you can keep shrimp. Yeah, your tap water does change pH. That's freaking annoying. This is why a lot of people go the RO water, so that it's always for sure know it's neutral and you just mineralize it up. Makes life easy, but it's a pain in the butt to do RO water. First of all, you have to buy a setup, and then you have to wait forever to fill up a tub to do a water change on, say, a 120-gallon tank. I guess if you have smaller tanks, that's a different story. But when you have multiple tanks, then you just Some Daniel Barb's goodies, others don't need heater. Like to go depth in that. I'll have to see. I mean, fishes itself will come later. I don't know. There's better YouTubers to talk about fish than me because I'm mostly about plants, and the fish are my decorations for my plants. That's kind of how I see it. Unless it's like my favorites, like Discus or Corey's. Those I know more about. The filter is a Sun 1,000-liter pH and has coarse, medium, fine foam, filter floss, Biohome Ultimate Media. Anyone know what Biohome Ultimate Media is? I don't know that brand. I don't know what that means. Do you have any chemical filtration in there, or is that what the Biohome Media Ultimate Media is, Zilgil? Andalusian. Ligan. Oh, shoot. I butcher names. I'm sorry. He's asking an interesting question. He's asking if ever dealt with white fungus mold that eats carpet plants, killing from the roots below the substrate. Now, is this in the water, or are you dry starting this? $20 tank with the 10 by 3 by 4 driftwood. Well, that's a big piece of driftwood. Oh, no, it's... Yeah. But it dropped it but that much? That's very interesting. I have to test that. That'd be very interesting to test. How much driftwood would drop your pH? I've got to do that test. That'll be fun. Yeah, do that, Car. Send me a PM later so you can remember. So I can remember. Pea gravel or peat gravel? If it's peat gravel, that's probably what's causing your softness to drop. I think he means pea gravel though. Grit pea gravel. But if you have peat anywhere in your filter or as part of your substrate, that's what's causing that drop most likely. But again, I don't know. Damien is saying that his driftwood dropped his pH by almost 2 points. So yeah, almost 2 points. So it could be your driftwood. I don't know how big your driftwood is. Or is it Keith Boardley that said that? But either way, he said for him he said it dropped it. So I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all the chatting. Let's see. I'm waiting for Ando's question. It might not be your normal, typical white fungus or mold. It's in water. Okay, you know what? You need to take a picture of that. Because that sounds really weird. I would understand if it was dry starting, you got that white fungus and stuff. But if you're flooded and it's still there, you're saying you tried both and it's there, that's something else. I don't think that's white mold or fungus. That'd be something else. Pea size. Okay, so it's not pea. Zilgil, I don't know. It could be your... You know what? Why don't you just take out the driftwood and find out? Take out the damn driftwood and find out. That's the best way to do it. Driftwood will lower your pH, okay? But I've never had the experience of it lowering like by a point. It lowered maybe about 0.5, 0.6 I've seen with my experience. But then again, it could be the type of driftwood too. So I don't know. Spidery and it flows with the current. And though I don't... It might be something else, man. You move to your stems. That's... Alright, the way you're making it sound does not sound like fungus or mold, dude. Yeah, it's some kind of weird bacteria. It could be some cyanobacteria that I've never heard of. I've never heard of white cyanobacteria or anything like that. But you know, I've never heard of well, I've never seen blue-green algae until it happened to me either. So it could be something else. Look up cyanobacteria and see if there's any white fungus looking like cyanobacteria. Mold doesn't move that way, the way you're making it sound. And mold usually don't last very long in water. They last much longer in a dry start if you did that in a really damp area but still had air. But I've never seen it last very long in water. Yeah, I mean, as long as below the surface does say, actually says this, and I have a really good tip for all you guys. Well, at least all you newer guys, because this is a tip that every experienced aquascaper learns. And I see this a lot with new people. He says, I used to obsess with pH, now I ignore it. It is what it is. That's a good point. In some cases, you can't modify it, right? So you gotta kind of adjust to it. As long as it's not out of whack to where it's really like messing with your fish. And fish adapt. They're really good adapters, right? If you adapt them to a harder pH, like you do with some discus, then they'll be okay. Okay, and there's a lot of talk about being stunted and all that stuff, but that has a lot more to do with diet and all that stuff too. So, it's just a lot of yaboiling out there, right? don't obsess so much about stats. Okay, you're not min maxing. This is not a role playing game where you have to min max all your stats and stuff like that. This is not a kind of game. There's a lot of guesswork in this hobby, so you gotta take it for the grain of salt. Get as close as you can, but what you're shooting for. But you don't have to obsess over it. Okay, a lot of people are like, oh no, the pH rate, 0.2. What should I do? I'm gonna kill my fish. I'm like, no, calm down. It's not a big deal. I mean, unless it's like 10-point raise, then yeah, you're pretty much screwed anyway, because everything is probably dead in your tank if it's that big of a swing. So people just obsess over it too much. After a while, when you really experience this and you realize, well, a 0.2 raise in pH is going to kill my fish, then you learn to like go, well, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be that way. Or I had my fish in this pH for even though on the internet it says you shouldn't be in this pH. I've had this fish in this pH for years now. Why? It's acclimated to that pH. After a while, they adapted. So again, assuming it's not a huge swing, you'll be okay. So unless something really goes out of whack, the shit actually hits the fan, then start worrying. But if it's not going to hit the fan, or if it's you're just smelling the shit, don't worry about it. Just use some air freshener and just go on with your life. Don't obsess with it too much. It'll come naturally. It has no color, mainly white and clear. We're back to Ando's question about that fungus thing he's talking about. And white and clear. Clear is a lot of clear. That is not, I don't think that's mold. It's not fungus. I don't know what that is. That's weird, the way you're describing it. Look it up. Gonna have to look it up. Now you got me curious. I'm gonna have to look that up. Along with red cyanobacteria in freshwater tanks. No, Kathy B makes a good suggestion there. I would increase the flow. Things get snooty in stagnant water. But assuming he does have flow, he has to at least have flow from his filter. He's got a huge sun on there. It happened in your main tank after 2 months of setup. Well, he said he already tried the peroxide, Tina. You got good flow. Again, he has a pretty big filter on that tank. It could be dying here algae. It could be. If it's slimy, though, I don't know. That sounds really weird. You know what, Ando? Join our Facebook group. Post some pictures. I'm really interested now. Damien Bloodstone says biofilm, like white clear stuff. I've had it. How long is your lights on that day? That can do it. Biofilm? Like that thick? That's crazy, man. But hey, if you had experience, like, listen to what Damien's saying. He's saying it's biofilm. It could be. I just don't see how it would. I mean, unless it's like really thick stuff that's killing your plants. That's the story. It's killing his plants, guys. So it's got to be a gunk of biofilm to do that. Carr says try using antibacterial products. I don't know. Yeah, alright, below surface is advising to raise pH, use crushed corals, which will work great to raise it. But if you don't know what's causing the softness, the lowering of the pH, and then you put crushed coral in it, and then someday you decide if it was that driftwood and you remove it, then suddenly your pH is going to shoot sky high. So, you got to keep that in mind. So I suggest first finding out what's causing the pH drop. Then decide from there where to go. 6.0 though is pretty good. I like that. I don't like it if it's naturally done that way. I like it if after CO2's injected into my tank. I get about 6.0 or 6.2. That would be awesome for growing plants. But if I start at 6.0 and then put CO2 in the tank, it's going to drop pretty hard, pretty fast. So yeah, find out what's causing the pH drop. That's your first thing you should do. And once you figure it out, then you can decide what you want to do. I wouldn't just throw in crushed coral without knowing what's causing it. But that, yeah, below the surface is right. That's one way to do it. Here's the other thing you could do, Ando. Black out your tank. Black it out. Assuming that it's feeding off the light, black out the tank. And maybe it'll go away. Black it out for 3 days. Right, turn off your light, just leave the filter going. And assuming that this is feeding off the light, just turn off the light, put a blanket over your tank. Leave it alone for 3 days. I mean, as long as it's not killing your livestock, then this might be a last-ditch effort to try to just figure out, just try to get rid of it. I honestly, I try to figure out what it is first. Always figure out what it is first. Yeah, post pics on the Facebook group so we can see what's going on. Because the way you're describing it sounds like some kind of alien freaking virus, man. Because, you know, if that's true, then I don't think plants is the only thing you have to worry about, you know. Take the kids, take the dog, run to the hills. UV light. Yeah, if it's bacteria, UV light will kill it. You might want to run a UV sterilizer. Maybe you can borrow it from someone. Or you can buy a small one. Small ones are pretty inexpensive nowadays. That is so weird. Yeah, it sounds like some kind of bacterial infection. It's so weird. I'll just be very regular with water changes till I can relocate the wood pleco condo Anubius anchor. Doesn't it suck that we depend so much on wood with Planet Tanks? I mean, he totally made this whole freaking Swiss Army knife driftwood out of his driftwood. It's a pleco condo Anubius anchor. And water softener. Oh shit! I didn't think of that. Damien Bloodstone is right. UV steroids will also kill your tank cycling too. So if you're in the middle of cycle, you might not want to do that. I mean, if you want to take the risk, I mean, I don't know if there's much risk because your plants are dying anyways. Black out the damn tank. If it's feeding off the light, then at least you'll be able to kill it that way. It grows at night spreading, so when your light's off, it grows. Alright, you don't have fungus. You have an alien freaking... You have venom in your tank. Don't touch that stuff, dude. Don't touch that stuff. I don't know what you have, but that thing's gonna, like, suck onto you, and the next thing you know, you're gonna wear a black suit. Looks like Spider-Man, but you're all black. You're gonna start eating people, and it's gonna be a mess. Blowtorch that tank. Get rid of it. Start over. That's not real advice, by the way. Yeah, if it's spreading at night, then and when your lights are off, then don't do the blackout. It'll just make it grow, I guess. I don't know what it is. Honestly, go post pictures of it. You try running a UV sterilizer, and then just hope, and it'll just take your tank to cycle longer. But if right now you got to get rid of this thing. Mainly attacks carpet and stem plants, but your livestock is fine. Yep, Nurgle up in here, yo. Nurgle, God, I haven't done any tabletop wargaming in a long time. Wait, what do you mean? What kind of salt did you treat it with? Not table salt, I hope, right? Yeah, even if you did treat it with salt, it wouldn't affect it or it wouldn't cause weird bacteria. I don't think anyways. Brian G, welcome to the live chat. Good to see ya. If the Doppler medium refraction index is lower than the Proteus number, what is the angle of the sun? I have no clue. Yeah, Venom a prototype finishing move, exactly. Dude, I'm serious, Ando. I don't know what it is. You're describing something. It's like from a scary movie. Now you just gave me an idea for a new episode of Life of an Aquarius. Oh man, you just gave me a really huge idea. Oh, you had to reset your DSM from the fungus mold. So does it look like the same fungus mold that you got when you were DSMing? Does it look like the same thing? It has to be different because there's no way that fungus mold could survive in water that well. That is so weird. Okay, I know, yeah. The only thing I can suggest is take a picture of it, post it in the Facebook group. Let's see if we get to the bottom of it. Yeah, we'll talk in there. People will, like, jump in on that. That'll be very interesting. Your car's right. Hit it with UV, see what happens. Hope it doesn't reach out and grab you. Seriously, it's like a horror movie waiting to happen, bro. Sheesh. Alright, any last questions before I go, guys? I love hanging out with you guys, but I really do need to go and get some stuff done. I really need to get that video done because I have no time tomorrow. I'll be filming with the other stuff, and on Sunday, I'm filming my friend because he wants to do a family YouTube channel, and we have a skit in mind that we want to do. So I gotta see how that works out. You know, that's actually funny. Filming skits, kind of family related stuff, family topics, kind of like out of the whole reptile and aquarium topic and the gaming topic. So it's gonna be something new. It's gonna be something fun. Any home ready to treat green water? First of all, just to treat green water, which is probably an algae bloom, is just to fix it. Turn on the lights. Less lighting. Either turn down the intensity or cut down the lighting. The hours the lighting is on. If it's on 8 hours, cut it down to 6 hours. Do more water changes. Stop on your dosing if you have any. And then just let it clear out that way. What you have is an algae bloom when you have green water like that. Sea salt. No idea. Gourami has a clouded eye and another with shabby fins. 3 taster. Sea salt. Alright. Guess you could also try Epsom salt. That should work. But that wouldn't. I don't think that has anything to do with your alien virus that's growing around in your tank. Oh, that's not you. That's someone else. Dude, Ando, I don't know what you have. How's that? Is there something in your air? Maybe it's your wife or kids or brother or something that's putting stuff in your tank. They're like, I don't want him to have a fish tank. And they're just kind of sabotaging your efforts by putting alien viruses in your tank. No problem, Ando. You look like an Intuit. I'm from Greenland. No, really? You're from Greenland? That is so cool. Greenland's pretty cool. Well, Greenland's pretty cold, from what I understand. Are you still doing the Beamswork Light review? Nah, well, not the Beamswork I have. That one's a cheap thing. I mean, I could do it, but all I'm going to say is it's a cheap piece of crap. I would have to buy an actual Beamswork Light, the high intensity one, but I would have to buy it. Now, right now, I don't. I have money to spend elsewhere, kind of thing. So until I can get my hands on one, then I can do a review. Yeah, alien fungus that's eating at your wallet. Ha. Below the surface, I just answered your inquisition on Facebook. Please allow me into your enclave. You have to pass the test first. You guys do know if you join up with the Facebook group, you will be put through a test. A very rigorously tested. A very rigorous test. It's kind of like a frat jumping in kind of thing. What do you call it? Rush Knights. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Hey, Guy Gamer in. You're 7. Well, welcome aboard. We're talking about aquarium stuff. We're not talking about gaming here. But hopefully you might still enjoy it. Unfortunately, I'm about to leave too, so. But welcome aboard anyways. Good to have you here. Just read that Kimi King by Boyd and Price can clear this up. It's a type of gram-negative bacteria. Well, there you go. David Bloodstone did the research for you. See if that helps. That's easy. Chemi Clean is really easy to do. You just put it in your filter, if I remember correctly. And hopefully that will... Oh, so it's a bacteria, negative bacteria. Cool. So what if it doesn't help, Damien? What is your advice for killing alien viruses? Because I think that's important. I think that, you know, as Aquarius, it's very important that we share our experiences so that someday we might prevent the breakout and being overtaken by another alien race through alien virus infection. I mean, it could start in the aquarium hobby. First, it's about power ratings. Next thing you know, we're being taken over by an alien race. We're enslaved. Next thing you know, it's like an episode of V. And I'm showing my age here. And if you guys don't understand what V is for victory, guys. All right? Then you guys need to look it up. All right? Not the new V. The old series V. Alright? Because that was the bomb, yo. That was a bomb. Oh. There's hydras in your mom. You know what? Is it freshwater hydra? Guys, for Ando's tank, maybe it's freshwater hydras. Is Alex still in this chat? Alex, I think he got that before. Raise the water to boiling for 10 to 20 minutes. That should do it. Yeah, that should take care of killing that and everything in your tank. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, right? No, Hydra. You get Hydras in Reef tank. That's common. But there are freshwater Hydra stuff, and it looks like a white stringy substance, kind of like alien goo. So I don't know. For Guy Gamer though, I don't know what kind of tank your mom has. If they're Hydras, there's things you can get rid of it. You know, there's chemicals you get rid of it if you know you have a problem with Hydras. And New 626 have God, I can't pronounce your name. I've had Hydra before. Hail Hydra. So maybe you could ask New 626. Maybe you could describe it to you. Maybe it's Hydra. I don't know. Because Hydra's weird stuff. That stuff kills livestock though. Too. They'll attack livestock. I'm correct on that. Yeah, my knowledge about that kind of weird stuff like that, like diseases and stuff, is very limited because I rarely run into it. Hydras are too small. The only other thing is within the large scale of days of gram negative. Well, that's what Damien Bloodstone says. Well, Damien, get into the group and see what he posts. Post, you know, whatever. Maybe we can help him out. There's some Nemos in the tank. All right, so your mom has a reef tank or a saltwater tank. That's a V. Normies, yeah. Hail Hydra, guys. Hail Hydra. It was fun talking to you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I love you guys. Have fun out there. And again, Hail Hydra. Bye.